In the last video, I built this staircase. This video, we're gonna finish out this attic. But first, we gotta take care of this hole. We got the hole all covered up, and now we can feel a lot safer up here. Also, we went ahead and put up these 2x4s to make up our ceiling. We're gonna frame up a door right here to help hold the heat in this room. I know the way I'm framing this is completely unconventional and a little crazy, but to me, it's the easiest way to do it in this confined space with what we're working with. Well, I know that's a completely crazy way to frame up a door. It's not at all how I would normally do it, but thankfully this doesn't need to be structural. It just needs to hold some drywall and a door. I think we accomplished that. Now that this is framed up, I'm really liking this setup. There's a bit of a landing at the top of the stairs before you enter into this door. But having this door here will really help hold the heat into this room. I've been feeling my son and his friends, and probably me on occasion, will be spending a lot of time up here, so it'd be nice to have it warm and comfortable. And with this door that completes today, I am going to go inside and warm up. First thing I'm going to start with is running power for the lights. We got to get rid of this terrible light. You could probably barely see me, and I need to be able to see better. So let's grab some Romex and start running some wire. For lighting in this space, I'm going to be using these little 3-inch puck lights. We had these in our previous house. Absolutely loved them. There's only going to be 3 of these lights in this room. It won't be a ton of light, I don't think, but my son doesn't really want a ton of light in here. Plus, he's thinking he'll add a separate light over his laser and 3D printer, so we don't need it to be super bright. I have one left to install, so let's do it, because I'm tired of climbing up and down this ladder. Boom, we got lights. These things are sweet. They're not too bright in here. It's kind of a little bit moody. Doesn't really show it on camera, but it looks really good in here. And I think they'll be even better when they're up in the ceiling. But at least for now, I have light to run the rest of my electrical. So now I'm gonna start laying out the boxes and designing or figuring out where I'm gonna put all these plugs. All right, as far as the plugs go, I think what we're gonna do is 2 separate circuits. We're gonna do 5 plugs on this side and 5 plugs on this side. Most of those plugs, however, being towards the back of this space and this side. The reason for that is my son plans on putting his computer over here, the laser and 3D printers over there. We want to also have abilities for expansion if he gets more lasers or more 3D printers. Because let me tell you, this kid's a hustler. He's already selling all kinds of stuff. It's pretty cool. It is so much nicer working in here with these lights. Makes a huge difference. So as you just saw, we got all of the boxes put in place. We got all of the wire ran. The only wiring left to do is to run to the actual panel itself. Luckily, that's pretty close, and that'll be pretty easy. We'll take care of that tomorrow. With the circuits being on the separate sides, I skipped a couple of boxes in the back. That way, when things are plugged in, they'll be plugged in on different circuits, just in case. None of this stuff pulls that much power, but it's better to be safe than sorry. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Hopefully get everything wired up to the panel, and then we can start insulation. We finally finished getting all the wire ran to the panel. We got all of the boxes put up and in place, and we got all the wire stripped and ready to go. The next 2 steps are my absolute least favorite steps with any construction job: insulation and drywall. I hate drywall. Oh well, it's gotta get done, so let's get to it. Well, we got this insulated, and what a difference that made. This turned out pretty good. It went really smooth. The only hard part was doing the peak here, but even that wasn't that bad. As you see behind me, we left that uninsulated because we're gonna figure out some ventilation for the laser and the 3D printer. So we'll take care of that first, and then we'll finish the insulation. Once we get that all wrapped up, we can move on to drywall. Like I said earlier, I absolutely hate drywall, so I'm not looking forward to that step, but it's gotta get done, so we'll do it. That will make a huge difference. I actually look forward to that being done. I don't wanna do it, but I look forward to that being done, because then this space will be really, really cool. So we gotta go to town, grab some drywall, then we'll get started with that. I got really good news. We decided not to do drywall. When we went to go pick up the drywall, we checked out other options, and we found this beadboard, V-board, not really sure what it's called, but I'm really excited about this because I absolutely hate drywall. We also chose this for a couple other reasons. One, probably the most important one, is weight. I'm getting a little concerned about the weight being up here above the garage. So this is much, much lighter, probably a much better option. And the second reason I've already mentioned, I hate drywall. So this will be a heck of a lot better. There's roughly 14 to get installed in this room. This is number one. Let's go. Finally got all the panels put up. That was kind of a pain in the butt. This first panel was a nightmare. Getting it square and straight was a total pain. But we got it. It looks pretty good. It's far from perfect, but it'll work great. Next, I'm going to move on to working on the top. For this, we're going to change the pattern and we're gonna run long ways. And then we're gonna do some cool trickery with some trim to kind of blend it in, maybe throw up some LED lights, maybe, I don't know, make it look kind of cool. As you can see, we finished all the paneling, thankfully, because I absolutely hate doing paneling about as much as I hate doing drywall. I will be the first to admit the fit and finish in here, it's not good. It's not good at all, but that's okay. I bought a bunch of trim, I bought a bunch of tubes of caulk. We'll be able to hide everything and make it look really good. So I will start with the baseboards, then I bought some quarter round to go in the corners, and then I bought the trim I talked about earlier, and then another small piece of trim to go up top. Should make everything blend in really well, should make it look good. We finished all the trim on this side, and my wife's been working on caulking all of it. Now it's time to work on this side. We bought this thing used, it was super cheap, but unfortunately it was too tall and it swung wrong. So I had to cut it down a little bit. Then I also swapped the hinges. I had to do a bunch of work to the door casing to get the hinges to work on the other side. And now it's time to install it. So hopefully this goes okay. Hopefully it fits because I cut it all down, but I think it'll work. So let's get to it. So sorry for the sound in here. I know it's super echoey and it sounds funny. On the door casing itself, unfortunately, I can't center it to the frame, to the structure, because I have the big 4x4 post that's holding up the stairs in the way. And I don't really want to cut it down yet, if I do at all. So the way this is gonna have to work is this trim on this side is just gonna have to be flush with it, which I think is fine. We could fill that if we need to, all as well. The back side, however, will be like normal door casing and it'll overlap. I've installed a lot of doors. I've never had one give me this much trouble. Part of that is obviously because I bought the wrong swinging door. I had to switch the hinges. I had to switch the strike plate. I did a lot to this. Again, it was super cheap. It was worth the time I put into it. But putting on the handle was a royal pain. I had to chisel it all out. I had to get crazy with it. So between the hinges, the strike plate, the handle, this was a pain in the butt. I'm glad it's over. Now I can get back to trim and hopefully get this all buttoned up today. So far, it's looking great. I definitely need to do something about the echo in here, but hopefully I'm not in here much longer. All right, we got all of the trim put up. It looks really, really good. We got all of the seams caulked and filled and looking also really, really good. Now it's time to dramatically change this space. Wait till you see the color we chose, or better yet, our son chose. It's pretty moody, it's pretty cool. It's gonna be a big, big difference in here. Let's get painting. Check out the paint. Dang, does this look good. It's amazing what a little bit of paint, caulk, and trim will do. Completely transform a space and make it look so good. I also went ahead and added all the plugs, put in all the covers, and completely finished the electrical, so this space is totally ready. We're gonna finish this video here, and next video, we're gonna be finishing this space. I'm gonna be building desks. We're gonna be setting up this room. We're gonna add the computers, 3D printer, laser, and making this space a true maker space. I'm really looking forward to that for a couple reasons. One, obviously it'll be a nice space. And two, it gets my son out of my shop, gives me a little more space in there. And that's what I'm really looking forward to. Please stick around for the next video. I'm really looking forward to that one. But until then, check out one of these other videos of mine. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.